write about the simplicity of God, which is a really interesting approach, I suppose, because most people think of God as so powerful and omniscient and kind of above everybody else. How does seeing God as simple kind of shape your relationship to Him and the way you approach your faith?
Well, I think God is wonderfully simple, and religion, often for its own needs, tends to make God very complicated, or else we live with a framework that maybe we've inherited that tells us that God and religion are very complicated. And yet the simplicity of God, as I've come to believe and experience, is that God is about love and compassion. And that's the journey that we're invited into as spiritual people. And obviously, love and compassion lead us to certain things. We don't keep them as treasures for our own self, but they inform us, they shape us. And so the question that we're invited into is how do we perhaps reshift or rethink our own framework of how we approach God? Instead of seeing God as complicated, seeing God as a God of love who invites us into acts of mercy and being merciful people, to caring about peace and justice and joy and happiness for all people. And religion often is, I think, experienced as being filled with rules. But I think another way of looking at it is to say, what are our spiritual practices? Not as a set of rules, but as a wonderful set of pointers and openings and guides into a deeper and deeper path to love. And I'd say that as part of that, we're invited by God into this wonderful, creative, imaginative, creating being who we call God. And so the simplicity of God invites all of us, our imagination, our creativity, our companionship with God, with other people, and with creation.